So how much has been taken from your account?
Well, luckily at the time, because on the Friday I put money in my savings account, so they only got my current account, which they only got £134, but it's not £134 that I want back. No.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Did they clear it out though, basically?
Yeah, I had £134.24 in my account. They took 130, and then they spent £4 on a Chinese takeaway and left me 24p.
Okay, now that's unbelievable, man. So the card got swallowed, and then obviously.
Looking back now, I wish I'd went on, because I was in a rush, and it was a convenience store, cash line. It looked a bit roughed up. But like loads of times over the years, I've done it has been. And it was just like, took my card, how much you want? 20 quid. You want cash receipt? No receipt. And it was just like, contacting bank, and just kept saying, and then it said processing, and then it said contacting bank, and then it just went, boom, server unavailable. I was like, fucking brilliant. Anyway, let's go on with this. Customer service is phone tonight.
Oh, God.
So John's had fraud on his bank. What's been the biggest fraud of the Premier League this weekend? What's been the biggest fraud, guys?
Nice link, mate. I like it.
Yeah, nice
now we've started. Now we've started.
Well, got to be a VAR decision again, surely.
How many VAR decisions have we got to discuss?
Oh, none. I can't talk about it anymore.
Surely
we can.
Should we honestly ban it? Should we just?
We're talking about every week. We know it's the wrong decision. It's pure scum. It's ruining the game.
John, I want you to do a little bit of role play. So I want you to. You're ringing me. I'm the customer service of VAR. Okay, right. So let's do this. So,
I'll be careful here, Wragg. It might be quite raw for him.
Let's see if we can do it. Hello there, Mr. Berry. I am VAR customer service. What seems to be the problem this week?
The problem is I've not got much time to talk about this, I'm afraid. What's your name, sorry?
My name is Jacqueline.
Hi, Jacqueline. Yeah, it's ruining the game. You need to stop it now. Come on, it's ruining the game. And we're talking about it every week, Jacqueline. Stop it now, please. Or refund me. Refund me. Give me a refund. Compensate me for watching this.
Mr. Berry, I don't have any notes on my system. Have you made this complaint to me before about the VAR?
Yeah, I have. I've done it 6 times today, and I can't do it anymore. I can't, Jacqueline. I can't do it anymore. And scene. I can't do it anymore because it's driving me mental. It's thinking about flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. It would be good though if we had. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do the Football Humans VAR helpline. Maybe we need to actually set up, a dedicated system so that
I won't be able to help.
Actually.
I won't be able to help because I'll just say I know I've had exactly the same. It's a fucking nightmare.
If you're willing to man the phones, Wragg, then yeah, you go for it.
I know. I'll be phoning you, Wragg. I'll just phone you by day, Wragg. Wragg, it's happened again. It wasn't even offside.
Yeah. It was only a short.
I'm sure it was still in play when he crossed it. I was sure of it.
I'll tell you what, though. This is not because this is something VAR couldn't solve, so it's not really related to VAR. Although maybe they should be looking at it. But the Man United against West Ham. Did the ball go out of play?
Who fucking cares? Who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares?
They keep looking at it as if they're going to do it. Like, oh no, they have confirmed that it was in play. No, you didn't. Nobody knows. Just fuck. You don't. This is what I was.
David Moyes does. The ball went over his head. David Moyes knows it went out of play. It's gone over his head.
David Moyes had to crook his neck to see where it was.
I'm sorry, but the whole reason this was brought in was, again, we have to say it again, was a Thierry Henry decision against Ireland. That's an example of the farcical stuff that's just ruined games and lives and jobs for a ridiculous decision. That's why you need somebody to say, "Hang on a second, sorry to get involved, but you cannot let this one go. He's clearly punched it in the net." So, and that's the reason VAR was brought in, not for every fucking decision. Not because right, I'm sorry, but the guy who crossed it had a pinky offside 5 minutes ago.
This was brought up not to talk about VAR. So the point I brought up is, if David Moyes saw it go over his head, what the fuck is the fourth official doing? What's his job? Just to keep peace on the touchline. Surely he must have seen it go over his head as well.
So if they've not,
the linesman had his back to it because the linesman was running the other way, so he's fucked
but
up.
It cracked him on the back of the head, Ross. You must have missed that. He was running, hit him on the back of the head. Fucking hell! It was still. I was up and still on the pitch.
Yeah.
No, it was. I mean, we'll never know, and this is why are we discussing it? We'll never know. Do you know what I mean?
No, we do know though. We do know because Match of the Day has the technology to show us that the ball was clearly out of play. So
it looked out. I didn't see Match of the Day, but it looked out at the time.
It was.
It was an angle. We were looking this way. It was curved in. We'll never know if the full ball. Mate, it looked
like. No,
maybe,
you do. Hang on. Did you watch Match of the Day? Did you watch Match of the Day?
I watched the game live.
No. Okay, so on Match of the Day, they said the officials don't have this technology. Which begs the question: why don't they have?
No, but when I was watching live, they showed the VAR, they showed the VAR for 2 minutes, like before they made the decision.
I understand what you're saying, Mr. Barry.
You're not listening, Barry. You're not
listening to the VAR helpline.
Shut up, Jacqueline. Carry on.
No, but Match of the Day had I don't know whatever technology it was that could basically show the line, a bit like Hawkeye, whether it crosses the line. It actually showed a graphic that proves the ball was out of play. So there you go.
So why has VAR not got this thing?
Exactly.
Why have they not got that?
Exactly. I'm going to bring it to the attention of my bosses. I think it's something we need to improve on. Definitely. I'll take that concern.
I'll tell you one thing, actually, that I do need to bring up, and the thing that annoys the fuck out of me is any soft decision that the referee goes, no, and we're all going, yeah, you're right, no, there's nothing in it, and then VAR goes, oh, hold on, there was actually something in it, and we're all going, oh, come on, you can't give that. And then they tell the referee to go over and look on the screen. What they're saying is, they're not saying, go and check, see what you think, just in case you missed it. What they're saying is, give the foul. Because the referee goes over, looks at what he's already looked at, what he thought was fine, goes, yeah, no worries, red card. It's like, what's the point? Nothing. You're just sending over to say, like, no, there's not been any referee that's looked and went, nah, I still don't think it's a foul.
I think there was one, wasn't there? But I think that's more to the case of the referees going over and then they're like questioning themselves at that point and they're not having like
But they're watching the same thing. They cannot say, sorry, Michael, but look, it's so soft, man. It was so soft.
You're talking about the West Brom game, aren't you? That West Brom game.
Well, the West Brom game, but then what's the game after that? That they didn't. The same thing happened, and basically the West Brom game. It was the boy. Was it Pereira that was on the ground, and he's fallen back, and it looks like because when he's put his legs out, it's like, oh, that's like kicking out. It's like he wasn't kicking out, surely. Like, you've seen it 3 or 4 times. The referee was fine. Nothing happened. Went over and was like, yeah, red card. And it was never a red card. But the game after that, whatever it was, the same thing happened. And the commentator was like, the VAR not going to look at that. I mean, he's kicked it a little bit, but there was nothing really much in it. And it's like, hang on a second, yeah. Come on. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's the same thing just happened the game before. And it's fine. And nothing, the next game, nothing is even brought up about it.
Yeah.
So it's it's just so unbelievable.
That's true. That does happen, and that's the problem. It's so like inconsistent. Like, there's with everything that gets bought when it's done by letter of the law and stuff. It's so inconsistent. They're just really the VAR is just making them look at the law like to the finest detail and like pick up on everything, which is just it's ruining it, isn't it? It is ruining it. Like we said, it's ruining it.
I think it's the soft ones that ruin it. Because if it's quite annoying when it's picked up, you can't celebrate. It's like, oh, it's been chopped up. It's annoying. But if you look and go, well, to be fair, he was offside, even though he's half a body offside, or he did handball it. Actually, to be fair,
yeah.
But it's a case where it's like, oh no, he did. I suppose you could give. It's like, no, it's so soft. You cannot keep pulling stuff like the soft, small decisions back.
Do you know what the one that's really annoying me watching it though is? Again, it goes down to some of the other officials. Like, what are they actually doing? It's like an offside decision where it's miles offside and they carry on playing. It's like, back yourself, mate. You can see we can see it from a funny angle, and you can tell it's well offside.
Yeah.
Just put the flag up now, get it over with. Like, stop wasting our time.
Well, the only thing I'd say about that is if it's because what they're saying is leave it and let the boys score, and then we'll check it. Because
No, I
if
get
you
that.
put your flag up,
I totally get that. But
if you put your flag up and the boy goes through and puts in the net, he could get booked for kicking the ball away. But it's like, so what's the point of having linesmen there then? What's the point of having linesmen at all?
Yeah.
But
it makes linesmen redundant.
That's a great rule if it's sort of like, if they're unsure. But when they're standing like fucking 10 yards offside, they still let it carry on. It's like, what's the point? What is the point?
Yeah, it's what you're saying. They're not backing themselves. They're shitting themselves. Like, well, they probably are because they know. They say, I'm 100% sure they're offside. But if anyway I've got this wrong here, I'm going to be on the front page. You know what I mean? It's like the page. Like, I mean, I'm going to get absolutely battered.
Wow, slow news day then, eh? If they're on the front page.
Coronavirus is out of there, man. Yeah.
Doesn't matter about Boris or the vaccine or Trump or anything. Yeah. This linesman's fucking out of there. So Steve is obviously on our WhatsApp group. It seems like he's having a bit of a crisis with Arsenal at the minute. So I thought maybe we should bring it up. Because did we watch the Arsenal Spurs game?
Yeah, it was good.
Because because obviously Arsenal was there's two ways of looking at it. That they played well. Some of the commentators were saying they just couldn't score. But then obviously Jamie Carragher came out yesterday and was quite damning with it all, being like they were terrible. They weren't set up well, didn't create any chances, even though they had all the possession. What do you reckon?
I thought it was game of two halves, isn't it? First half, I thought Spurs were all over it, and basically, I mean, their Son's goal was a great goal.
Oh, it was
it was a brilliant finish. So not really anything Arsenal could do about that. And then the second one, you're going into injury time, and the lad walks off the pitch, and they're outnumbered at the back, and you just think, that it's just lack of concentration going forward.
But they were caught on the break,
caught out on the break.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's maybe naivety from the manager, but definitely second half, Arsenal did have the chances to get something out of the game, and they did play okay in the second half.
No, but the problem is like they've been saying, is they're putting all these crosses into the box, and there's no one like that's going to put them away, is there? There's no one.
I mean,
like,
no, they're not playing to their strengths.
The naivety. I mean, the goals, like that was completely. Probably you've got to blame Arteta for that. The players wise, I think there's so many Arsenal players for so many years that are complete passengers in that team, and it's different personnel each time. But this season is another example. It's too many that just.
So why is that then? If it's different personnel every time, what's the factor?
It's bad recruitment. I think it's bad recruitment because I think there's plenty, not majority, but a load of modern day footballers that have got that attitude, and that's why you need to make sure you get the right ones in. But then talking about the chances, they had fucking loads of chances. Arsenal were all over them in the second half. It was just and Tierney put about 5,000 balls.
I remember.
But just what you're saying there about no one putting away, but Lacazette and Aubameyang up front. Surely that's the ideal people to put them away.
But they're not well-renowned like headers of the ball, are they? Do you know what I mean? They're putting in high crosses. They're not playing to feet. They're not putting in low ball.
Well, you're right there.
You say they had loads of chances. Yeah. I don't remember them having that many chances at all. I remember a couple that went over the bar. But apart from that, they had loads of balls into the box, but nothing. I don't remember one save Lloris having to make.
No, Lacazette had a really good chance, and Lloris made a good save. Definitely, I can remember one.
But that's one then out of all that.
Yeah. Well, Arteta's got to be blamed for that because that was obviously the tactics. He can't come out and say, "Oh, the tactics were to get him behind and play through the lines," and then the players decide to whip out to Tierney all the time because it must have been Arteta being like, "Get the ball out to Tierney and get the ball in the box." That must be. I mean, that's terrible because you're never going to Aubameyang and Lacazette, and both of them weren't there at the same time. By the way, whoever's there isn't going to beat Dyer and Alderweireld to the headers. Or be very lucky to. So
exactly.
It must just be
It was
really
disappointing,
frustrating.
actually.
You're right for Steve and Arsenal fans, because they're 15th in the table. They're literally relegation form at the moment. Like, they're not fighting for top 6 at all. They're well off the pace. Really, yeah. So it must be
Think
frustrating.
Arteta will keep his job?
It depends how much they believe in his project. Do you know what I mean? Like,
He'll be given a little bit of time, I think.
You'd have thought so.
But
I think it's the players though as well. I mean,
it's their worst start since the 80s, isn't it? It's the early 80s.
Oh, he's definitely not doing. What's the guy before him? Emery. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not doing a marked improvement on what Emery was doing. If anything, he's gone a bit backwards. Because he's obviously not got the players to play the way that he wants to play.
Yeah, that's right.
So he might get. I think he'd be unlucky to lose his job before the end of the season. Depends.
The only way I think he'll lose his job before the end of the season is if they're actually could be relegated. I think if they're mid-table, and I think he'll keep his job and they'll give him another 3 months.
Can you imagine? Imagine if they got relegated. Come on.
No,
First time in history. First time in history.
They wouldn't get.
They're
not going to get relegated. Not when you've got Sheffield United, West Brom, and Fulham in the league. I can't see Arsenal getting relegated. Yeah, Burnley struggling.
Yeah, it's got to be between them 4, I would say, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You'd have thought.
Billy Gilmore starting tonight, Ras, for Chelsea. I know it's again, but good to see him back, eh?
Yeah, I'm glad he's back, and he'll be trying to force his way into the midfield for the Euros. Who's
he starting with up front, Michael? Because I mean, what's your take on Giroud?
Abraham, Havertz, and Angerin, another youngster.
Well, this game it's just a training game, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean they're through.
What? Giroud or Abraham up front for you?
Depends how you want to set up the team. I think if you're playing it
every day of the week for me.
But he offers something different to Abraham, doesn't he? Depends. If you're playing with Werner, I'd probably go Giroud because it's a bit different. But I think Abraham's all right. It's not.
I think it needed to happen because obviously after you score 4 goals, you can't be left out, especially after Abraham, missed a few chances at the weekend. And it's good that he's not sticking with Abraham all the way through, because that's what you want. You want Abraham to realise, there's a world-class striker. He's got a lot for France and stuff, and so that is gonna, if he's scoring goals, I need to push myself. But every time I play, I need to be scoring. Do you know what I mean? So that might be good in the long run.
Yeah, I still see Abraham as just still improving, still getting better. Yeah. Like, he's not a finished article, like, in terms of a striker. Not at all, no. He's still like a hot prospect, sort of.
I think
he's been out on loan and
a better season than expected last year.
Yeah,
there's a bit more pressure on him, But I think the same. He's still waiting to realise his potential.
What do you think the discussion between Giroud and Werner was when Giroud sent that header in and Werner cleared it off the line for him and bounced it off the bar? What do you reckon? And what was your thought, Michael?
Oh, mate. I mean, I didn't even know what was happening then. I was like, it's in. And then it's like, so the keeper did get a save for the second one, knock it onto the bar, to be fair. But, yeah, I don't know what he was doing when he put his foot out to get... I mean, he was trying to knock it in, but it just went so wrong.
It really did.
I mean, what a miss.
It was really comical. Watch it, John. It's absolutely hilarious, actually.
Have you not seen
the weekend?
Yeah.
On the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, Werner's not putting in the goals like expected, but he is setting a few up and he is playing his part for the team. But yeah,
he just seemed a bit frustrated, didn't he? Definitely, Werner.
His finishing's not. I mean, his finishing was good at the start of the season, but he's been missing like easier chances.
Yeah.
Like, he's been putting away harder chances eventually, but he's missing these one-on-ones and he's missing he missed.
He's not really a number 9. I thought he was. I thought he was an out-and-out number 9, but he's more like a number kind of 8 or 11, isn't he? He's not an out-and-out centre forward, is he? He's just a forward player, isn't he?
Yeah, we can play that, but yeah, I think a lot he prefers the left. I mean, I thought he was an out-and-out number 9 when we bought him.
Yeah, I did as well.
Clearly not. Clearly not.
What's been happening with the Hearts then, John? What's been happening in Scottish football in general? Is Lennon still in a job? I get, and
he's still there. But I mean, I'm so shocked. But I mean, last time we spoke, they got beat by Ross County, and then during the week they drew at home to St Johnstone 1-1, but they equalised in the last minute against St Johnstone, and like more demonstrations. But I was listening to a podcast today, and it's what I thought actually. So what I think I said last week that. I don't think it's the case with it. I mean, they are backing him because they're close to him and stuff. And he's overall, apart from this last few months, he's got a really, really decent record as manager for Celtic. But it's because there's no one else. There's no point in sacking him. And whoever they want, like if say like Eddie Howe is the favourite, Eddie Howe's not going to touch that job with a barge pole. He's like, well, I'm going to go in 14 points behind Rangers, and I'm going to be the guy that loses the 10 in a row. There's no way. Like everyone will be like, any self-respecting manager will do that. So only people they can get as desperados. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Desperados, I like it.
Nice. And what about the Hearts? How did you do?
Well, it's Hearts Celtic Scottish Cup final a week on 20th of December, isn't it? It's the Scottish Cup final from last year.
Yeah.
On a week on Sunday. So
you fancy it now? You fancy it now? Celtic not playing very well. Do you not fancy? Do you fancy it?
Well, I mean, Hearts are shite as well. Do you know what I mean? Hearts won at the weekend, but I mean, Hearts are shit as well. So I mean, I think it'll be a decent game. I mean, I just hope Hearts turn up, because there's nothing more frustrating than playing a team for a big thing who aren't playing well, and then they don't play well, but then you don't bother playing well either. It's like, fucking idiots, you miss such a big chance.
What's your prediction? Prediction, like off the cuff right now. What are you saying? What's the score going to be?
I think it could be 1-1. I think it could go extra time.
Okay, and then what? Who's winning it? Who's getting the cup?
Yeah, and they're just getting home.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to say Hearts, touch wood, but it wouldn't surprise me if we're all over them, and then someone slips at the last minute and just puts them straight through a goal. Just a standard Hearts thing to do, really.
Have faith.
Shit. You know what I mean? You idiot.
So I watched the end of that documentary. It was pretty interesting, the last episode, actually, about the wind-up of the league and all that. And,
I thought it was really disappointing.
What?
The whole
as a whole? I would have liked to have seen more of the team side of it, as in, more training, more stuff in the change room and stuff, and more actual game stuff.
Yeah, but you've got to look at the more important thing, which Hearts concentrated on, was the groundsman.
I know.
I think it'll be a good game today. Hope we win. Tell us more. I just hope we win. Yeah. What else? Who the fuck cares what he's got to say? Do you know what I mean? Who cares?
Do you know what I think happened? I think they did like really in-depth interviews and things, and then someone like forgot to press record, or like lost the footage. So they're like, we've got to go back, get that grounds. We've only got the groundsman. He's the only guy left. What are we going to do?
That seems like what's happened. It's like, who the fuck cares about this? I'm watching.
It did make me laugh though, because obviously they were filming the groundsman when they were having people having dinner on the pitch, and he's like just fuming in the corner.
I know.
He's like, it sounded like every workplace you've ever worked for, because he's like, no one asked me about this.
Yeah,
I know this was happening. Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like, oh, you better sort that big muddy patch out for the game tomorrow, mate. We just had dinner.
Yeah.
But this
you better clean up that spag bowl from the fucking circle.
I know. Some Hearts with slides in the foie gras the next day. What the fuck's this? But some rich old Hearts fan is paid through the nose for this shite meal. Did you see it as well? He's like, I mean, I'm lucky enough I can afford this. So I'm assuming because he's given the money to whatever the fund was, he's probably paid about 30 grand.
I think it was like 500 quid a head, it said. 500 quid a head or something?
Yeah, but he's won it by making a donation. That's why he's won it as well. So so it's like, some shitey three. So they've cooked it in the kitchens in the wherever it is, up on the top floor, called the Skyline Restaurant. And then somebody's taken all the way down to the pitch where it's probably cold So he's just like, I paid 30 grand for this shite dinner. I'm sitting on Tynecastle. But he's like, oh, I'd do anything for the club. I'd be fucking raging. I'd be like, I don't want this shit. I was like, I'll eat inside, please. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck's this shit? Absolute bullshit. And the groundsman standing just moaning next to you. Oh, I'm going to have to deal with that tomorrow. I'd be like, can you fuck off? Do you know what I mean?
So you wouldn't want to have a meal on the pitch? Is that what you're saying?
If it was free, I would. I wouldn't pay 30 grand for it. I mean, I'm saying 30 grand. I don't know how much he's paid, but he's obviously a rich guy. He's a multimillionaire who said he's made a massive donation to whatever it was. What was it? Hearts Youth or something? Hearts Community Trust or whatever it is.
So he's done a good thing, right?
Yeah, good thing.
Yeah.
And he's giving you a shite dinner.
If he'd invited you to the dinner, would you moan about the food being cold?
I probably would.
Yeah.
I probably
Take it back.
I've been at many things where I've been like, it's quite disappointing.
And would you also try and kick a meatball into the goal?
Yeah.
You say you scored at Tynecastle.
Yeah. Wave to the groundsman and then be like,
yeah,
watch this. Punt a meatball. He's like, you fucking God. There's your shite documentary, mate. You were shite in the documentary. Fuck off.
I thought he was all right, actually. Well, did most of them players end up staying then?
No. Most of them got emptied.
But some of them came back, right? So did Bearer come back or something? Well,
yeah, Bearer's back, but they released 16 of them over in the summer. I mean, the ones Stendhal brought in are murder. Apart from Liam Boyce, who's still there, the rest are gone. But the rest, yeah, they've released loads of players. But Bearer's back. Thing is, that's one of the things. Bearer is completely finished. He was outstanding up until about 2.5 years ago when he got a knee injury, and he's been shocking ever since. But he's now back in the first team after being out. We're hoping he was getting released, but because they signed this boy Popescu from Steaua Bucharest, who's murder.
Georgie Popescu
playing centre back.
Bloody hell, he must be old.
What?
Georgie Popescu.
He might be related, you know. His name is Mikhail Popescu.
Yeah. I felt a bit sorry for Stendhal in the end, though, because he sort of he found out by what was it, on the papers or something, or by Twitter or something like that.
Yeah. Sky Sports News.
Yeah, that's
Stendhal sat
sitting with his breakfast.
Hey?
Like, what the fuck? Frosties all over the telly.
I know.
And it wasn't like it was just announced. He just saw it rolling across the screen at the bottom, and he had to wait like another 20 minutes for him to do the same thing.
I know.
Did I read that? No.
But I know. Yeah, I have to wait for the next one. But that was how it was.
I know.
Because it wasn't his fault.
Yeah,
I know. That always happens to me when something you're reading, it flicks. You're like, oh, I have to wait for the next time it comes round now.
Yeah. It's
annoying.
When I was check the bets and it's down the side, and you're like looking at the league, and you're like, oh fucking hell, I've just missed that league. It's like when you watched it on CFAX.
Yeah,
I know.
Just be like, oh god, the page is just gone.
Well, I watched
the worst thing before
Football Focus. Was it Football Focus or Final Score? Sorry, Final Score.
Yeah.
And it's that sort of thing. You check in for the results, and then you're like, oh, fuck's sake, we've got to go through all these Scottish leagues now. No offence.
I know. It's like going to the bank, isn't it? Yeah. I do it again. I have to wait again. But it's like, before I got live scores app, it's like you see the teams, it's like team news or whatever. Comes to the side, you're like, goalkeeper, right back, gone. You're like, oh. You give me a chance to look at the fucking team before you change it. Do you know what I mean?
You want a little quiz? Slightly different.
Oh, yes.
Just thought it up earlier when I was randomly looking at Wikipedia like I generally do. So it's going to be a game of higher or lower. Like, what was the game with your cards are right?
Yeah,
play cards right.
Play cards right. That's it, yeah.
So, whoever ends up with... So, we'll just carry on. I think there's like 13 each, because it's going to be alphabet-based. Okay. And then if you get yours wrong, you get a minus point. And then whoever's got the least minus points wins.
Michael, you mean business this week? You've got a pen ready.
It's because I have to keep track. I have to keep track of what gets said. So I'm going to do it like this. There's a player for every letter of the alphabet. It's their surname. So when it's your go, you pick the letter of the alphabet that you want. You can try and think, like, tactically if you want. It may not help. There are some easy ones and some hard ones. It's a bit of a range in there.
Okay.
But so who wants to go first?
John, you go first.
Okay.
John's going first. So no. That's not how it works. I need to give you a marker to start, don't I? So Wragg.
Give me the marker.
1, 2, or 3.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay. That is your marker. Your marker is Pavel Cernacek, who had 146 Premier League appearances. So we're looking at Premier League appearances. So you want to go for X, yeah?
Yeah, I don't understand what this 1, 2, 3 thing is.
Oh no, that was just to get the starter because there's 26 characters in the alphabet.
Right.
So I couldn't give you a starter one because then it wouldn't be even the amount you get. So I had to just get one in to start.
Right. Okay.
So you'll give me a letter. I'll tell you the player, and then you need to let me know if they've got higher or lower
Premier League appearances
than the player before.
Yeah.
So your player is Pavel Cernacek. What letter? And he's 146. So you want X, yeah? Abel Xavier.
Yeah, I knew it would be him.
I know, strategy. You got to think of strategy.
I know. Premier League appearances only?
Yeah.
I think it'll be lower.
That is correct.
Okay.
Abel Xavier is lower. Wragg?
What?
Give me a letter.
Then Pavel Cernacek. Oh.
No. Give me a letter in the alphabet.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be Xavier. Oh, sorry. B.
Okay. So, Abel Xavier has 75 appearances. Is Mario Balotelli higher or lower?
Oh. Higher.
You said higher.
Yeah.
I'm afraid not. He's actually lower. 70 appearances. You managed to pick one of the toughest letters on the board there, Wragg.
That's hard.
Right.
It's a great game, by the way. Well done. Well done.
It's a good game. Now
okay, I'll say J.
J. Right. So Balotelli on 70, and you've got Glenn Johnson.
Higher.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
easy one there.
Easy.
Nice, easy one there. Glenn Johnson had 358.
Had what? Sorry?
Right.
358, did you say?
358, yeah.
Okay. Wow. I'll go for A.
A. Well, you're picking them tough. Is Nicholas Anelka.
Oh, piss off, man. Right, Anelka is a journeyman. He's been around the Premier League. I'm going to say higher.
Correct. He is.
I'd say low. I would have said lower.
He is higher by 6.
By 6?
Both the ones you picked have been a difference of 5 and 6. So, like, you managed to pick real tough ones. Right. So, Ras, Anelka, 364.
Z.
Z is Gianfranco Zola.
Oh.
I was hoping it was going to be Zenden. All right. I'm going to say lower.
Correct. Gianfranco Zola is lower. 229.
229. Nice.
Wragg.
E.
E is Patrice Evra.
Higher.
Higher is correct. 278.
Again, not by much, though.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Ras.
H.
H is Thierry Henry.
Higher.
Incorrect. He's actually lower.
Ooh,
258. 20 appearances lower than Evra. Right, both got one
tough.
wrong now. Wragg.
Interesting. F.
F is Fernandinho.
And who is he again? Sorry again? Say it again.
Fernandinho.
Henry.
Henri 258.
Fernandinho lower.
Lower is correct. 229.
Yeah.
You see, I had to do it like this with the alphabet so that you couldn't complain that I was giving you tough ones. At least this way you're picking them yourself.
I know.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
P.
P is Robert Perez.
That'll be. That's got to be lower.
Lower, definitely. You're right. 198.
C.
C is Hernan Crespo.
Ooh, I've done it again, haven't I? It's going to be quite close. Hernan Crespo, lower. It's probably lower.
Yeah.
He's going to play this season,
It's
didn't he?
lower. 49.
Yeah.
O.
Oh, Michael Owen.
More. Higher.
Yeah, he didn't even have to think about that.
What was he? What was he?
326.
Right, that's because that's why I went for P last time. I was going for O, and I thought he's around the late 200 mark.
Hang
I thought
on,
I didn't
hang
want
on.
to risk that. That's why I
You
thought it
went
might be
for
one.
P, hoping it was Michael Owen.
No, I went for P because I thought I was going to go for O, and I thought,
Right,
I'm gonna
okay.
go for O. Michael Poen.
Trying to work out your logic here.
Michael Poen. One of my favourite players of all time, Michael Poen.
I go for E.
E, you've done E.
I've done E. F.
Done F.
G.
G, you've not done G. So it is Stephen Gerrard.
Over who? Michael Owen?
Owen, 326.
Gerrard higher.
Yeah.
It is higher, correct.
Yeah.
504.
I.
Stefan Everson.
Lower.
Correct. 159.
H.
Done that.
H done.
H-I. J.
Done.
Done.
K.
Ledley King.
Got to be lower. He's always injured.
Lower is incorrect.
Lower than bloody 198.
Yeah,
159.
he hasn't
159.
played.
To
Yeah,
be
but
fair,
he's over 20 years or something.
Yeah, it was 268. I actually thought he would be lower than 268. But rare.
L.
L is Frank Lampard.
Higher.
Yeah, correct. 609.
Where are we up to? M.
M.
James Milner.
Oh, that's a tough one. That is so tough. I bet there's one appearance in it, is it?
If I get this wrong, I'm out as well.
No. We'll keep going until it's done. He could still be caught.
I'm going to say higher.
I would as well.
Incorrect. He's on 546, so he probably will get higher eventually, but not quite there.
And what was Lampard again?
609.
Yeah, I reckon he'll get above that, won't he?
N.
N is Nanny.
Lower.
Yeah, way lower. 147.
O.
O's done.
Done.
P.
Done.
Q.
Q. Niall Quinn. Premier League only, is the number.
Lower.
Lower 147 is incorrect.
Really? I'm crap at this game, aren't I?
He played for Sunderland as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
quite a while.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney.
Higher.
Yeah. 149. Sorry, 149. 491. 49.
Just two more appearances in Niall Quinn? I don't think so.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Just while we're on Rooney, what do we think he'll be like as a manager? And do you think he'll get the Derby job like full time?
Better than John Terry. I don't know why the fuck John Terry's still favourite for the job over Rooney. I mean, what's he got to do with it?
I don't think either of them would be right suited for the role yet.
I think Rooney better than Terry. I don't think Terry's liked as a person. I don't think he'd. I think he's a complete twat, and everyone knows it. And I think and I think Rooney seems to be up for it, and he seems to be commanding respect for the players. And I think he might do. I didn't think he would be a good manager, but I think he's got a better chance than Terry. Anyway.
I just can't see Wayne Rooney as a manager at all.
No.
I know what you mean.
Don't see it at all. Like, I can't see him doing manager interviews or anything. I don't know. It'd just be really weird.
I do know what you mean. Actually,
Like, it's not right. Yeah. Right. S. S. Have we done S?
All right, you've got left D, S, T, U, V, W, and Y.
Okay, let's go for it. S.
So Norberto Solano.
Lower than Rooney.
Correct.
Yeah.
302. D is Didier Drogba.
Oh, fuck, that's tough. I think he'll be lower.
Well done, he is lower. That was a tough one, though. 254.
T.
Fernando Torres.
Lower.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Correct.
No.
212.
What have we got after that?
So
V.
you've got U, V, W, or Y.
V.
Gianluca Vialli.
Lower.
Correct. 58.
I'll go U.
Which, when I looked it up, was surprisingly low, considering maybe I just loved that era so much. I just assumed he played loads more for us.
No, I only played like two full seasons.
Yeah, it was only like
I know,
seasons,
but I just feel like he was there for a long time. Man.
Yeah, he was manager, wasn't he?
You, David Unsworth.
More.
Yeah. No more. 364.
W.
W is Carl Walker.
Oh, tough one.
Oh. I'm going to say lower.
Correct. 301.
Oh.
Last one, Wragg. Yakubu.
Yakubu lower.
Correct. 252.
Well, John,
Ras,
you
take
took
it.
that. Yeah.
-1 to -3. Well done. Well done.
I got to say that is a really random Wikipedia tunnel you've gone down there, Michael. Looking at appearances for a selection.
I
of
think it's
random
normal.
players.
I do exactly the same thing.
Well,
It is interesting.
I was looking up Nicolas Anelka because for some reason he's one of them players that, even though I really liked him as a Chelsea player, he's played for loads of teams in the Premier League, been around for ages. Whenever there's a quiz about naming certain squads of a time, I always fucking forget him for some reason.
Me too. Me too. Every time. Every quiz, it's like, give up. It's like, Anelka.
Yeah. Fuck. I know.
It's Anelka or Darren Bent every single time.
Yeah.
Every
But when I
single
do the
quiz.
Chelsea ones, it's always obvious ones. So I always forget Anelka. And then one I forgot, Essien the other day. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Two massive players.
I know.
But yeah, I was just looking up Anelka just because I was like, how many games has he actually played? It's loads. So I was like, how do I forget him? I don't know.
I know.
Random man.
Some career.
Right.
Who's the highest Premier League appearances?
Giggs, surely, isn't it?
Is it Giggs?
Yeah,
Giggs.
it's got to be Giggs. I didn't even look at a list. I literally wrote down the alphabet, and the first name that came into my head, I looked them up. So
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I don't know why Norberto Solano was the first S.
I know. That's what weird, isn't it? More than Shearer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I know.
exactly. Yeah.
Or Sheringham, Solskjaer. Yeah, there's loads.
No, but I was
loads.
trying to not just pick all the bigger ones, but it's just like the first name.
I know.
Balotelli, Crespo, I don't know where they came from. Not
I
even
know.
in the Premier League that long.
No, I know.
Well, yeah.
Stefan Everson. Couldn't think of many eyes though.
Very interesting, very enjoyable. Thank you for that, Michael.
Cheers,
No
cheers,
problem.
Ras.